This hit goes out to you, Mr. Wick.
42 regular, wasn't it?
Yeah. And so it begins.
Yeah. I'm living in this time behind enemy lines, so I got mine. I hope you
Challenge you to single combat.
If you win, you'll have your freedom.
And when I see you, I'ma take what I want, so
Amen.
yeah. You ain't real, hope ya. Y'all feel the wrath of yellow. Many try, many die if you wanna war. Get it bloody.
Step up on your ego. Come on.
The only way John Wick will ever have freedom and peace is in death.
Yeah. Not really.
It is what it do, what it can be, y'all. It's your man's Mr. Sigma, the Go-Getter, and we are back with another episode of the Sigma
Bitch, I been
Tape.
cruising up on that movement now. They watching the light that I leave. Ain't no issue, the smoking the groove. It ain't shit I wanna do for my team. Blind on means, catching my feelings, swearing all of my team gonna keep getting our weight. You gonna pay, this your life that we gonna read.
Now, if this is your first time with us, then let me tell y'all, I got some of the latest trailers for y'all to watch and vibe out to. Movies, shows, games, you feel me? I also want to introduce y'all to some underground music artists that y'all might not typically hear on the radio and more. So let's get into it, and let's get into our first trailer of the day with John Wick Chapter 4. So let's talk about it real quick, you feel me? Because I've been hearing too many people say, you know, shit like he ain't moving like he used to, or bruh getting old, or he looks stiff. But I want y'all to look at the last movie alone, you feel me? And check out how my nigga was shot, ran over, you feel me, and then fell off a 6-story fucking building, bouncing and pinging off every fucking metal bar like it was a pinball game, you know, and was still sending them bodies. So I don't think there's any fucking human being on this planet who would just be walking around like ain't shit happened to him, you feel me? He ain't fucking Superman, alright? But with each movie, at some point, he's getting this shit right, you know, but somehow we'll turn it around and flip it around and start dog walking these fools, you know. That's also why, though, each chapter is a fucking hit. So y'all need to check it out in theaters now. But with that, you know, I got a feeling sometimes, you feel me, like, as a society, we tend to just get stuck in a routine and just start going through the motions of daily life. But if you're aiming to build something or create some shit, you got to do the extras. And you can't just get stuck. So for me, putting on the right flick gets my mind back focused and out of that stoop. So I got 2 older movies for y'all that, you know, they'll keep you in that hustle and that grind mindset, you know. And the first movie I got for y'all is Paid in Full.
You know what's hot on the streets, man. What you doing, man? What's that? This is the best product. This is the way of the future, baby. Yeah, I was tripping into a whole lot of money. Life is good in Harlem, baby. I'm not gonna let that slide. I'ma handle it. I'm still gonna be the king. Be the king.
So I start my mission, leave my residence, thinking how could I get some dead presidents? I need money.
Real man takes care of his family.
Yeah, it's always one of those movies that'll get your blood rushing and ready to make some moves, but don't play the fool's game. You know, if you ain't paying attention, you might end up just like they did. You know, you gotta play chess, not checkers, and move accordingly, because nowadays there's too many people just out for themselves, you know, or jumping into some shit they don't really understand. You know, you got to be able to walk on your own, but also be able to build that loyal group of people around you that'll help you stay focused and support what you got going on, you know, without holding it over your head, or if it wasn't for me, where would you be type shit, you know? But bring those people around you that want to just see you win, you know? And let me tell you, that's a rare commodity to find. You ain't just going to find it in everyone. So with that being said, next up, you feel me, I'm gonna liven things up with a funnier movie and something to keep your mind on the grind and get a good laugh at the same time. So with that, we got Dope.
You go to high school in Inglewood. You think you're gonna get into Harvard?
I'm from a poor, crime-filled neighborhood, raised by a single mother, don't know my dad, blah, blah. It's cliche.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Malcolm Adekambi. I'm a straight A student with nearly perfect SAT scores.
He probably got like one of them photogenic brains.
You mean photographic memory?
What'd I just say?
I mean, yeah, you said it. Yeah, just reiterating. I play in a punk band with my friends, and I'm a 90s hip-hop geek.
You gonna say something or just stare at me?
A bad day for most geeks would be being the butt of jokes.
Some brother really needs to invent an app like Waze to avoid all these hood traps.
It is time we started expanding our horizons.
We're not going to a drug dealer's birthday party. But when you live in the bottoms...
Well, I'll go if you go.
The bad day could look like this. We were dancing, man.
If I let this slide, we got what they call a slippery slope. You know what a slippery slope is? Do it got anything to do with skiing? Shut your ass down.
Yo, McFly, do you have what I left in the backpack?
Did he actually say I'll kill you and your friends if you don't get rid of these drugs, or just you? Don't act like you weren't curious too.
Hey, all we gotta do is find the white people. Go to Coachella, Lollapalooza.
We don't know nothing about drugs. You do. We need to know if you're gonna help us.
Okay. Nobody's gonna suspect a thing. We're just geeks doing what geeks do.
I don't want to go to jail. I want to go to college.
Ah, slippery slope.
Exactly.
You play with me, my little boy from the hood?
Hey, wait. I am the authority in keeping a proper brother to Horatio. So unless you got some boobies.
What? Like boys don't cry. Remember we were saying that?
Remember that.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Malcolm Adekambi. Can you dig it?
You can call me N-word, and I can't say it.
Technically, you shouldn't be able to say the word. Why can you use it?
Because I'm 14% African. Ancestry.com.
Look, just say the damn word. You're my...
It was a reflex.
Hey, it's a slippery slope, nigga. Do you know what that means? Every time I see that scene, that shit have me in tears, bruh. It's a cold-ass move, but it's funny as hell. And that's how the movie is throughout the entire thing, you feel me? It continues to put us in those situations that just seem to be worse, but funnier than the last. You know, it's like The Hangover meets Project X meets The Woods, and it came together to make some dope-ass shit. But through all the bullshit and things that Malcolm and his friends get into, you feel me, and go through, they always got his back. And just like in this next film that I got for y'all, hitting theaters May 19th, it's all about family. And that's Fast and Furious, number 10.
Punch it!
You know, we'd already be there if Roman wasn't driving Ford Knox on wheels.
You see me shining, baby. We're locked inside.
It's a trap.
That's a bomb.
All right, dorks, what are we blowing up? What? The Vatican? Wow, you guys are going to hell.
No! Get out of there!
The great Dom Toretto. If you never would have gotten behind that wheel, I'd never be the man I am today. And now, I am the man who's going to break your family. Piece by piece.
The devil's coming.
Boom. Tommy, I knew you would come for me. So how about we all just start shooting each other? Time to end this.
Let's dig some graves.
You are not to be trusted.
Hey, you ain't on my Christmas list either.
Cavalry's here.
Cheers. We need weapons and cars.
Cannon cars. You like surprises? I adore them.
I'd stay down if I was you.
You'll need to hit me harder for that.
The game's over, Dom. You lose. This is your last ride. Then you might want to buckle up.
It's the next installment to the Fast and Furious franchise, and this time Dom Toretto, Vin Diesel's taking on none other than Aquaman himself. You feel me? Nah, but honestly though, you feel me? Jason Momoa is going to be playing Dante, that man possessed by revenge and on the hunt for his father's killer. You feel me? And he got his sights on Dom and everything he loves. But with villains like Cypher, played by Charlize Theron, still gunning for Toretto, and mind you, Cypher's still a fucking major threat. It's hard to see how they're going to be able to hold their own, you feel me, when they had a hard time against Cypher the last time. But the way they got Dante coming in like a fucking rocket, bruh. He's supposed to be this whole different monster, but that same beast. The question is, can Dom keep his family safe against a man trying to avenge his family, you know, and his world crashing down around him, you know? Now, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, and I'm gonna fill y'all in on how I feel about this. If no one dies, and I mean dies, not just pop up 2 movies down the road, you feel me? I'm pretty sure it's safe to start calling these fools either superheroes or some fucking supervillains, because there's no fucking way you're gonna destroy entire fucking cities, blow up dams, travel around the fucking world blowing shit up and killing people, and then get to act like ain't shit fucking happened and I'm gonna sit down and eat a whole fucking dinner with my fam. Like, yeah, no, you're a fucking supervillain at that point, you feel me? But speaking of the world crashing down around them, you feel me? Next up, I got Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. That girl died, but then she came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. He left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
My sacred mission is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
Incinerate them.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other.
Are you ready for one last ride?
We'll all fly away together.
Into the forever and beautiful sky.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off!
What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
Now, as you can see, Gamora's back, but she doesn't have any of her memories of the team, specifically of her and Peter. Now, saying that, I'm feeling like this movie's gonna center on rekindling, you know, that love interest between Peter and Gamora, but I think there's gonna be a twist. You feel me? At the end of the trailer, you see Nova holding Peter's body, you know, which makes sense. You feel me? It makes all the sense in the world to me. Since Gamora was initially dead, then they brought her back to life. The universe has to balance itself, you know, a life for a life, a soul for a soul, all that good shit. And Peter just happened to be the one that, you know, has to go. But if he ends up really even fucking dying, you feel me? And y'all know Marvel, nobody truly stays fucking dead. But that also helps the next phase to usher in new heroes and allow them, giving them some time to shine while building up the Kang Dynasty, you feel me? Now, we're gonna move into these next shows. In this segment, I like to call the Showdown. This is where I got a few shows that y'all need to be catching up on, or at the very least, tucked up with some popcorn, a little bit of that drinky drink, and maybe that thing that you kidnapped for the night, you feel me? And y'all need to start binging these now. So coming in at number 1, we got The Last of Us.
If you don't think there's hope for the world, why bother going on?
You haven't seen the world, so you don't know. You keep going for family.
I'm not family.
No. You're cargo.
Why are you so important?
Somewhere out west, they're working on a cure. I think what really impressed them was the fact that I didn't turn into a monster.
If she so much as twitches, don't.
Okay.
If I'm taking you with me, you do what I say when I say it. You got any advice on the best way west?
Yeah, go east. If you come this far, then you know what's out there.
You're not gonna scare us.
You scared him?
You have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined.
Be careful who you put your faith in.
You might not be her father, but you were someone's.
You trust me?
All my real gamers actually really know this game, you feel me, and know how deep the story can actually get, but the way they brought this to life, bruh, don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them. It's one of them ones that you might just see some shit that you just can't unsee. So you rewind just to see if you seen what you thought you saw, and you did. Yeah, you did. The actors and actresses don't hold shit back from the get, you feel me? You feel like you're living through a shroom-infested zombie apocalypse. From episode 1, you know, they setting a tone. And that tone is anybody could get it. You feel me? Nobody's safe. 1 second, you think they're gonna be there for a long time. You feel me? They're there for the long strip. But the next second, they're getting a shroom tentacle tongue bath. You feel me? So, don't forget to check it out. You know, I'm already anticipating season 2, and they ain't even finished with season 1 yet. But we know, you feel me? We know what's coming next. It's like having the answers to the quiz, but all the answers are explained different ways on how your dog died. You feel me? Some of y'all gonna be feeling hurt. Y'all gonna be shedding some tears. So get ready. But coming up next, I got a show for y'all and one of its spin-offs that y'all need to be watching, and that's All American and All American Homecoming.
People change. People grow, especially at college.
We're not the same people we were in high school.
You're swimming with the big fish now. Remember that.
Coming home can be triggering. Suddenly you're reverting back to the old you and you don't even know it.
Did you know Simone is back for Christmas?
Christmas is a time for coming together and forgiveness and stuff.
My man, did Spencer just vote to throw a party? I've dreamed about this moment for so long.
Okay.
Y'all either together or you're not. You gotta figure that out.
I would never ask you to give up anything for me.
Everybody yell, no justice, no peace.
There isn't any other investigative piece that you could write about? Why does it have to be Spencer's team?
You ready to get back on my field?
That's what we do best, right?
Our relationship is our business.
You got a bad feeling about Coach Garrett.
If we're right, this could decimate the entire football program.
And everything I do it to be the best at it.
Fear is never the problem. We all fear. It's what we do with that fear that matters.
I haven't decided if I'm gonna transfer yet.
I thought we were building something real here.
You have 48 hours to decide if you're leaving.
TikTok, son.
We're at HBCU. I refuse to have a team that's less than the best.
I don't think my coaches think I'm good enough.
What do you think?
You will never beat me, and you'll never beat me.
You want to be humiliated? Let's go.
Eat or be eaten.
I'm coming for y'all next.
And ain't nobody's number two.
We'll sit back and enjoy this, huh?
And we can't let anyone or anything get in our way.
I've been doing this your my whole life. I've been doing this your my whole life. I've been doing this your my whole life.
I made my decision.
I wanna know your eyes when it comes to the best.
Alright, y'all. Y'all want to talk about drama? Then this show got enough drama that can fuel a high school for years. You feel me? For real. This show takes us into the life of upcoming black star athletes, you know, and the things that they're subject to on and off the field. And also how their choices not only affect them, but their surroundings, you feel me? From living in the hood and dealing with the streets to making it to college, but with all the drama and twists, I mean, honestly, this whole series, each one of them gets wild. Now, it's definitely a cool show to throw on and vibe out to. So, next up, though, we got game time. I got 2 games for y'all that y'all need to be playing. And the first game I got for y'all is number 1, Wulong, The Fallen Dynasty. So, this game to me feels like a cross between Dynasty Warriors, Neo, and Elden Ring. But they mix so perfectly to create this fucking masterpiece. From character creation down to the game mechanics, the game's dope. And is definitely, it's one of the harder games to, you know, adjust to. But once you get the hang of it, you're good. You feel me? It's hella fun, but challenging to fight through the monsters, and even the grunts are lethal, you know? So y'all better be ready. Next up, though, we got number 2, Ghostwire Tokyo. This game's wild. If we're talking about different game mechanics, this game's up there. Took me only a good hour to fully adjust to the basic controls, but when I thought I had it down, they hit me with some more shit that I had to learn how to do. You know, it's in Tokyo, stripped of life and overrun by yokai, but you fight through waves of enemies, you know, jumping off skyscrapers, flying through the air and blasting yokai with fireballs and water balls and all that shit in a massive world and a great fucking storyline, you know. It's definitely one that I suggest y'all pick up when y'all get the chance. Now, we're all out of trailers, but I got some more things for y'all. Just like this fire tree that I'm smoking on today, coming straight out of Nectar off the middle tier with a THC balance of 25.25. We got some fire runs. Hey, whenever I talk to my people out in the Yay, they telling me, go grab you some runs. And I can't lie, anytime I swoop them from the little stove, the dispo, they never done me wrong. So far, they've been fucking hit. So I always suggest, you feel me, if you ever out in the way, go grab you some over off Nectar, you feel me? Now, I got that underground music that I was telling y'all about, coming straight out of Santa Rosa, California. We got Trey Jones with I'll Rock You.
Synesthetic.
You switching up like a mood ring. You looking good in a two-piece. Press up on it, nickname you elevator. They wanna know your name, figure out how to date you. Ayy, but not me, that's not my style. Love's like an art form, so I paint the town. Top 10 is what I rate you. I don't wanna hold hands, I just wanna see what that thing do. Now switch it up to this bass line. I'm going in, baby girl, I don't waste the same time. Matter of fact, both of y'all at the same time.
'Cause you know I'll rock you. You know he ain't about to. There's something about you. He knows nothing about you. 'Cause you know I'll rock you. You know he ain't about to. There's something about you, and you know he's mad. Cause you know I'll rock you. You know he ain't about to. There's something about you. He knows nothing about you. 'Cause you know I'll rock you. You know he ain't about to. There's something about you, and you know he's mad. Cause you know I'll rock you. You know he ain't about to. There's something about you. He knows nothing about you. 'Cause you know I'll rock you. You know he ain't about to. There's something about you, and you know he's mad.
Hey, I'm feeling it. I'm loving it, y'all. Hey, it ain't. Let me tell y'all something real quick. It ain't easy to tell y'all story, you feel me, that doesn't sound like the next person's shit, you know? And at the same time, you keeping your sound and making it a fucking hit. That's fucking art for y'all. With that though, we're gonna end the cast with the quote of the day. But before I do, I got some businesses and some entrepreneurs that I want to give a shout out to. With the first being my boy, Mikey Guillory at Mikey Visuals for all your photo and video needs, located in Santa Rosa, California. You can book him on Facebook, IG, or through his site at mikeyvisuals.com. Now, next up, not only is he an artist, a promoter, and has his own drink, but he's going to be hosting the Soul of Santa Rosa Day Fest. Now, y'all better be ready, because you know your boy's going to be there, you feel me? But not only that, Trey Jones is going to be giving us talented artists, food, and vendors, you feel me? Y'all remember them old school days of fun, laughter, and love? Well, join us on June 10th, and we're going to check y'all out. Now, for our anime quote of the day.
I must admit, it never ceases to amaze me how brainless you can be. You've lost your weapon. Why are you just standing there? Ichigo! What's the difference between a king and his horse? What the hell are you saying? And I'm not talking about obvious stuff, like one's an animal and one's a person, or one has 2 legs and one has 4. Form, ability, and power! That's what's puzzling! If their form, ability, and power are exactly the same, why is it that one becomes the king and leads them into battle, while the other becomes the horse and carries the king? So what's the characteristic that distinguishes these 2 beings? There's only one answer. Instinct! In order for identical beings to get stronger and gain power, they need to develop a killer instinct. And that instinct is mostly forged in battle! They must develop an insatiable hunger to engage in battle. They must live to mercilessly crush, shred, and slice their enemies. This thirst for power is not an unnatural desire. In fact, it forms the very essence of our being. Deep within our body lies the honed instinct to dominate and slaughter our enemies! My friend, you don't have that! You use your brain to try and win a fight! You attempt to defeat your enemies with reason and logic. You don't tap into those pure base instincts that exist within your core, waiting to be released! And the simple matter is it doesn't work. You're weak. Ichigo! I won't put up with that. Am I clear? I don't know about Zangetsu, but I refuse to play horse to a king who's weaker than me. Someone whose uncertainty and hesitation will end up getting us both cut to pieces! If you aren't willing to assert your strength and retain the crown, then I'll destroy you. Which means I'll be king.